Greetings everyone, Tim Anderson here, aka Renfell, and welcome to the first in my series of New World videos where I'm going to be covering my adventures in this new game from Amazon Game Studios. I'll probably do a review at some point, but in the meantime, I'm just going to be doing videos on the various things about this game that I like or dislike, and just my adventures as we're here. Today we're going to be talking about the lack of mounts and the lack of fast travel in this game, which I actually think is a feature and I love it. So we're going to be talking about that in greater detail here in a minute. But before we do me a favor. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so that you get updates for all the future content that I do on this games and other things that I do here. A lot of playlists here on YouTube, so don't forget to check them out. Join our Discord, links are below. And of course, like, dislike, leave a comment, all those good things, because it helps out with the algorithm and lets me know that you all are enjoying the content that's being produced here on my YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's dive in and talk about the size of the map and everything else. So I'm still relatively new. My character's level 15, and I started off in Monarch's Bluff. Now, when I previously played during the closed beta, I got started off down here in First Light. Now, what's funny to me is that today, one of the secondary quests I had that I picked up had me running from Monarch's Bluff all the way down here. It's the optional quest you get for the Innkeeper, which gives you a bag for enhanced inventory space and also teaches you about the fast travel with um, Azoth, the specialty currency that you can earn in game. Now, one of the things I've seen in chat, because it appears that some people aren't aware that this game actually doesn't have any mounts. There are no mounts in this game, which is brilliant in my mind, because this kind of goes back to the old school EverQuest 1 style of travel, where travel was meaningful and the game world was vast, and there's lots of stuff to explore. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not fast travel. As you can see here on the map, there are these shrines, these fast travel waypoints. Like here, there's a gate here. I've discovered one here, so I've discovered two of these. Now, you can travel to these. You'll notice it says fast travel, and then it shows 742. It takes 62 um, Azoth to travel there to that destination. And that's the current mechanic to sort of limit fast travel in the sense that you can fast travel to these waypoints as well as any settlement that you've visited in the past. You'll notice like this one is grayed out and it says you have to travel to visit the settlement first. Excuse me, you have to visit the settlement first in order to fast travel. So that's really cool in the sense that you have to go there first. You have to explore and uncover these destinations. And once you do, you can fast travel to them if you have this Azoth currency. Now, obviously, if you don't have the currency, you can't. And the currency is not exactly easy to get. I mean, it is farmable in game, but for the most part, it's not an unlimited resource that you have. And now, speaking more about mounts, I do want to talk about the size of the game map because a lot of people have said, oh, it's one game map, it's not that big of a world. So really, I mean, it's kind of broken up into, zones. If you want to think of these as zones, you could travel between them. So to get from Monarch's Bluff down to First Light was roughly 3 kilometers in game. And it actually shows you that when you have this, if you have a waypoint set up, it'll show you the distance. And it took me, and granted, I was following the roads down through here, and I skipped Cutlass Keys because that was a little too high for me at level 15, and I did die on my way down there, so I ended up jumping over into the First Light one and making my way down. But I stuck to the roads for the most part because I didn't want to came down through here and then down through because I didn't want to die. And so I didn't take a straight shot, but as you can see, the road kind of is a roughly straight shot. It took me 30 minutes of real time to make that trip this morning on foot, no mounts, just making my way down there and exploring my way as I went. I didn't really get sidetracked. I stopped a couple of times to harvest some nodes, and I did die one time around this settlement right here, Cutlass Keys, because I was going to take this road down through here and cut through, but I ended up getting caught by some mobs and they killed me because it was like level 30 stuff. So I ended up spawning back here. So, it was maybe 25 minutes, but 25, 30 minutes, I'm going to call it roughly 10 minutes per kilometer if you're traveling on foot without um, any getting sidetracked too much and sticking to the roads. Obviously, I think it would cut a little bit more time off if you're going straight across the country, but level restrictions and mountains and other things that get in your way, you kind of are forced to go on the roads at some point because of the geography of the game. So when you start to consider the fact that it's going to take you, say, 8 to 10 minutes per kilometer, in my opinion, to get from here to here across 3 kilometers, that's a pretty big distance. So when you start thinking about that, if it's, let's say another 3 kilometers here and 3 kilometers to here, something like that, you're starting to get into a world map that actually is pretty big when you consider the amount of time that it takes you to get everywhere. Now, obviously, as you can see here on the map, all of these settlements and areas are places where you can unlock fast travel. Now, these shrines and things of this nature. Yeah, it says fast travel at a previously visited settlement, outpost, or spirit shrine. So I have not uncovered all of the shrines in the map, so you can already see the outposts and settlements already on the map everywhere, but the shrines are things that you have to uncover through exploration, and I don't know how many there are per zone. If anybody knows that, feel free to drop that in the comments below. I did not spend a ton of time in alpha and beta. I only played the closed beta for a little bit and then jumped into the live game. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about that today because I think this is a really cool, and again, in my mind, it is a feature. Some people in chat I've been watching last night and this morning have been complaining about, oh, there's no mounts. It takes forever to get anywhere. I hate the fact that there's no mounts. Why isn't there more fast travel? Why can't I just get on a horse and ride from settlement to settlement? Yeah, I want to be able to move around faster. You can, but it costs a currency in game. So for me, I like it because it slows everything down. It brings the world into focus and helps you explore and makes the game feel that much bigger. I also love the fact that you have to work to get the shrines and the outposts and the settlements, in the sense that you have to go there first. So if you really want to be able to fast travel everywhere, it's a simple solution. You go explore. But to do that, you're going to have to go on foot, and it's going to take you a while because the world is big, and sometimes you have to use the roads. You can't just run straight across country. So that's my take on things. I like the fact that there's not a lot of fast travel and there's no mounts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, don't forget, like, dislike the video, and of course, if you did like it, don't forget to follow along, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and stick around for more New World content, and I'll probably stream at some point. Don't know when, though. Until next time, safe gaming, and hopefully I'll see you in game. Cheers, everybody.